Okay, imagine if you are studied politics for your whole life, watching your parents lead, and prepare for years to serve the people, and the people just seeing you by the dangerous for the democracy simply just because you're family. That is not a justice, that is the prejudice. So, the proposition divide politics dynasties as a families were more than one member involved in the politics, but they forgot one important thing. Democracy is about choice. If people elect members of the same family just because they are trust them, dynasties don't win by force, they win votes. They always took a rigid stance that dynasties always harm democracy, but this is a dangerous generalization. Just, just like not all of independents are good, not all of dynasties are bad. Leadership should be judged by performance, not parentage. So the first proposition said that politics dynasties always lead the corruption. So let me ask you something. If every political family corrupt, of course not. Just because someone comes from a political family doesn't mean they are a bad person or they have a bad intentions. In fact, many children are politicians growing up seeing how hard their parents work, and they become inspired to serve the country, to solve the problems, and to do a better than their parents. They have seen the system from inside. They know what it needs to be improved. They can actually help them to become a more effective and efficient to be a leader. Now, if we ban or block all the political families from joining politics, what does that say about democracy? Isn't that democracy is about giving everyone a fair chance? Is if the person is qualified, honest, and chosen by everyone, by the people, why should we stop them just because of their family? For example, in many democratic countries like the Philippines or India, there are political families, but not all of them are corrupt. Some serve the people for generations because the people trust them, not because of a force. So what I'm saying is, we cannot simply judge the leader by their family background. We need to be judged them by vision, values, and performance. To assume someone will be corrupt just because their family was a politician, this is a prejudice, not a democracy. So, for the second proposition said that dynasties is block new talents, but let's pause and think. Do they really block them? Or maybe are those new voices not just not strong or convincing enough to win the support of the people? In democracy, the power is in the people's hand. The election process is open to everyone. Anyone who meets the requirement can register as a candidate. Political dynasties do not physically stop anyone from running. What matters is who can earn the people's trust. Now ask yourself, if the new leader is smart, honest, passionate, will people ignore them just because a famous name? Of course not. If a new voice speaks with power, with truth, with care for the people will listen without seeing if it's dynasty or not. In fact, many political families mentor young leaders, including those from others' families. They share an experience and help them grow. For example, of many countries like India, Malaysia, or the Philippines, you can find youth political groups where some leaders from dynasties, but they work with young, fresh, and new minds. So let not assume that dynasties block all the competition. Sometimes they actually support it. They might even open more doors by building strong parties, giving young voices a platform for helping them understand the system. And a dynasty, and in the end, a dynasty is just a name. What really matters is if someone truly wants to lead and serve, they can rise the country whatever they come from, a dynasty or not. For the next proposition, He said that political dynasties stop new leaders from growing. This is, yes, at some cases, political families may look after their own interests, but is that true all of them? No. Just because any profession like business, education, even entertainment, there will always be some people who is selfishly and others who genuinely wants to serve. In fact, being a political family doesn't mean you are under more public scrutiny, not less. People are watching you move, comparing to your parents or relative. That is a pressure actually forces many of these politicians to prove that they're working for the people, not just for themselves. And people usually say that dynasties only help their families. We should ask, who elects them? The people. If they fail to serve the people, they won't be reelected. This is how democracy works. Power is not given by blood, it's given by votes, and those votes are earned through service and results. Also, member political dynasty can actually bring a long-term development plans because they are in politics across generations. They sometimes focus on building sustainable systems like roads, schools, healthcare, education programs. Their legacy becomes more than just a power. It becomes a real impact. So there is a few questions. What if the people only vote dynasties of a loyalty, not a logic? Well, there is not a problem of a dynasty. There is a lack of education. So the solution is not abandoning families, but empowering voters to choose wisely. For the second one, what if same family keeps winning unfairly? Then we fix the system. We fix the system, not attack the name. Enforce campaign finance transparency, limit term durations. The next one, what if one family dominates an entire region? Then other candidates need to work harder to gain support. Let's build a stronger parties, like create leadership programs to support new voices, but not blame the winner for working harder, for being relatable to the voters. And the last one, what if someone says dynasty equal monarchies? So it's completely different. Monarchies is inherited by law. Political dynasties is chosen by voters. So, in conclusion, the dangerous here is not political dynasties. It's a prejudice. Is a judge's person not by what they done, but their family name, discrimination, and stand again. So I stand firmly in this position. Not believe in every dynasty. Not just because I believe in democracy, and in democracy, choice belongs to the people. Thank you.